How were you getting on in the corporate space?
I was doing good, but the number one thing that was missing was that time freedom.
So you had no clients, you were fully 9 to 5. And what are you making now?
We're at 20k a month.
This is Alex. A couple of months ago, he was stuck in a 9 to 5 job working in big tech. He had no freedom, no real leverage or plan to escape. Now he's running his own AI-powered agency, doing about 20k per month and scaling up. And today I'm meeting up with him so we can share exactly how he did it and what we did to support.
So Alex, what were you doing before you launched your AI business?
So I was in corporate sales. I was selling B2B research and consulting services to billion-dollar companies. Before that, I was in recruitment, so kind of similar background to yourself. Went from recruitment to then B2B and then started my own agency.
How were you getting on in the corporate space? Like, were you doing well?
I was doing good, but the number one thing that was missing was that time freedom.
Yeah.
In the corporate world, I was saying, okay, if I hit this goal, can I move? And then they kept dangling it as a carrot in front of my face.
Okay, so after we've walked through his story, we sat down to dig into the business. What's the offer? Who's it for? What's the friction? And this is where the real strategy begins.
Like, how much are you charging at the moment?
Yeah, so it's between 4,000 to 6,000 a month, plus a setup fee, and we take a percentage revenue.
Yeah.
So we split that risk with them.
Yeah.
If we deliver good results, we're rewarded. But if we don't deliver results, the retainer's not a 10k per month that other agencies are charging.
Most beginners charge too much, no proof, and they get laughed out the door, or charge too little out of fear and don't get taken seriously and don't make the money you want. Alex has nailed it. It's in the middle with a high performance based offer, and that's why it works. It's a win-win from both sides.
How easy is it for you to close deals?
When you have the right individual and they get the process, it's super easy to close. The most difficult ones are ones that, for example, I've been in the game 30 years and they've used multiple agencies. They just say, I've been burned, I've done this, I've invested, we just want a revenue share.
So it takes a bit more skill.
Yeah, that's where the content comes in, where we're sending stuff. Like I started YouTube, so I'm sending them prequels, tactics, etc., so they can actually implement into their business.
Yeah.
All right, when you're selling to someone who's been burned before, your job isn't just to pitch to them, it's to rebuild trust. And that's where the real sales happens. It's not in the script, but it's how you make them feel when they're speaking to you.
Since we started to work together, you went from zero, like obviously bridging out the jobs. You had no clients. You were fully 9 to 5 when we started working together.
Yeah, I was fully 9 to 5, no clients.
And what are you making now?
We're at 20k a month.
Nice. Where do you see going in the next couple?
The goal is 50 by August, and then 100k is the main milestone we're going for.
Class.
Okay, this is where most people are overcomplicating things. They spend months tweaking websites, logos, shit that doesn't even matter. Where Alex just focused on one thing, getting conversations started with people who could buy his services. Simple, yet most people don't do it.
Based on us working together, where were the things what you received the most value from us, and like how did it help you on the journey?
I need someone to answer my questions. I have 1 or 2 key questions I just need to answer, and with you guys, we get a personal PGP that sits down with us and is very tactical. I tell them these are my problems and they give me next steps on how to action on it.
Yeah.
That was really helpful, and especially with the offer creation, etc. That was really helpful because they told me, okay, this is how you build the offer, focus on it. But it's also kind of like a therapy session. They deprogram my limiting beliefs. They're like, just do it.
Yeah.
Try it, test it, and fail.
Yeah.
With me, I've always been a perfectionist. I hate losing. I've told you I'm competitive.
Yeah.
So with me, I have to go to market with the perfect offer, have everything built out.
We pushing you.
Yeah, exactly. I find it funny now because now I've brought a friend into the business.
He's doing the same.
And he spent 3 weeks creating his LinkedIn banner. I was like, bro, what are you doing? Just do some outreach. No one's looking at your banner.
Yeah.
This for me is real mentorship. It's not more theory. It's the exact steps that you need when you're stuck. As a business owner, you need momentum to grow. Okay, now let's talk AI. The goal isn't just to save time, it's to be smarter, to move quicker, and to stand out in a noisy inbox. So watch how he uses these tools to make prospects never ignore him.
Essentially, I'll walk you through regarding how to make the ads without me being actually in the content itself.
Yeah.
It takes about 5 minutes to test new angles, so it's really scaled my testing ability.
Yeah.
Quick ChatGPT prompt is like create a 20-second ad. I paste in what I've been discussing in my actual VSL.
Yeah. Video sales letter, so that's what your overall pitch is, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. So once they click the ad, it goes to the video sales letter where I go in depth about what we do. And then this prompt essentially creates a mini ad regarding video.
And you'd never done any ads before we started working together or anything? Your background was just sales,
ads,
no
just
marketing?
Sales, no clue what marketing was.
Yeah.
I just knew how to sell that there's a discrepancy between sales and marketing. So then from here, all we do is literally copy it. and we go into something called Creatify, and there's an avatar video. So myself, I don't really like recording myself. I've tried it, it takes me hours, which I can't afford. And here it creates a video avatar where you just paste the script in, and then that's it. You put in the script, you select an avatar, let's choose Brianna, exactly, and then from here you just pick what size you want. So this is for like a TikTok ad, etc. And then super simple, all you have to do is pick what volume and then you choose a voice. So here I've got the premium version. So for example, we can click Emily.
Thank you for choosing Creatify.ai.
And it'll do that.
Very American.
Yeah, but the great thing is you can choose Australian, English accent. I prefer the Australian accent.
Welcome.
It sounds less AI.
Creatify.ai. This is my voice.
And then you just click apply to your script. And then it just creates the ad for you.
And how much are you spending on ads now per day?
$100 a day. Okay. So not too much to acquire someone that's paying me $5K a month.
Can you show what you've been doing on Instantly? Because your first couple of clients, you didn't even have to spend any ad spend, did you?
Yeah, definitely. But you can see we're using the podcast method at the moment with companies of over 40 employees, meaning they're making over 10 million in revenue in this specific niche.
You're going after US cyber,
Yeah, definitely. And you can see the sequence started here, but this is a 4-touch sequence. So it's only about 400, 600 people have been contacted, but the positive response rate is super high. And this opportunity is only people that have transitioned into a GP call.
Wow. So all these are in sales calls
Exactly,
now.
So this is after we've done the podcast.
1.6 million in revenue. And look, we are just scratching the surface on what Alex, myself, and a lot of other clients are doing to build multi-7 and even 8-figure businesses. So if you want to figure out exactly what we're doing and how we're doing this, I've set up a completely free email list where I'm sharing behind the scenes insights. You can go below, click the link, get free access to that. All I need is your email and I'll be sending you value from day one. So make sure you check it out. So you landed your first few clients through LinkedIn as well. You were doing that just manual,
doing voice notes and everything until I found out what Lemlist was. And then here it's super simple because you can just set up that campaign. So you can just create a campaign. So
we've got 3 channels working now. We've got email, that prints meetings for free, fully scalable. Takes what, like half an hour a week to run that?
Yeah, pretty much. Now with the AI SDR, is booking in calls. I don't even have to hire SDR.
And how long does this take you to manage per week?
Once you've set everything up and the messaging, literally all you have to do is check the inbox so you can actually book in a meeting. You'll start off with a LinkedIn invitation. Here you leave it blank, and then you can start off with a first touch point email, go into a voice note where you would pre-record and then just sends it for you, views it, their profile, send a chat message, etc. The longest part about setting it up is just writing that message. The cool thing about what Lemlist does as well is that you can connect AI, so we'll analyze their LinkedIn and it'll create a custom message. And a few of them, for example, the emails, there's added the personalization, so you can create a custom image or custom landing page with their actual logo and a video that you've made for them.
Can you show the automated reports that you create for your clients?
So I've created a quick little prompt here, and what I do is I go into Perplexity AI. And they use the deep search feature. Now I'll just do an example of my website because you can do it quickly, but essentially all you do is plug in your website.
So this is what you use for a value proposition.
Exactly, and here it builds the credibility, right? See, when you see the report, it shows them, oh, this guy's actually done a lot of research.
So you just plug their website into it.
Plug their website, their offer, what they do. If they have any case studies, you add the case study. For this example, I've removed it.
When we started working together, like, what did you need and what did you get from us which allowed you to bridge out of the 9-to-5 and really build your own business?
The number one thing I needed was accountability. I'm very good at sales, but I'm a procrastinator. So having that person that sits down with me, sets the task and says you have to do it till next week, or I needed that because it helped me accountable. But that's one of the biggest things in business that I've noticed is you need to be held accountable to be successful. Number 2 was really having that offer creation. I didn't really understand marketing, how to position an offer properly. I just had the raw materials, let's say, of, okay, this is the experience I've had, this is what I've done, but how do I actually sell this experience? And then systemization. I think that was really key. I never knew these kind of AI tools existed.
This is what growth sounds like. It's not louder wins, but it's quiet clarity. Money's great, but actually the biggest growth that Alex has had is his mindset. He just thinks differently now.
So what were your main limiting beliefs while starting out?
think I'm too young to have a business. I got over that quite quickly from the corporate world. And then from there, it was just really, how do I deliver? But once I got the first client, I just figured out you kind of learn.
Part of like, they need all the delivery worked out before they get started. But actually, you just need to sell something, then figure out the delivery.
Yeah, they give you the time to actually learn it, which is good. You have a month or two until they start asking questions.
Yeah. Do you think AI is too saturated now?
No, I think it's still just starting. I know so many businesses where they're still saying, we're waiting for everything to settle down and see what's working until we start implementing.
Yeah.
Because it's going so quickly, there's just a new tool is just making a year-old tool outdated now.
Yeah, the biggest investments Microsoft's ever made is in AI. Like all of the top level businesses, executives know it. That's being shared with the public. Why aren't people taking action?
3 reasons: people are ignorant, lazy, have limited beliefs, right?
It's life now compared to what it used to be like when you were working a job.
A lot more freedom, can just go anywhere in the world. I'm in Dubai, I'm working technically from my phone. Before I'll just be like managing clients from a bedroom in London where it's fucking raining all the time.
You can make money, but if you don't have the freedom, then what's the point?
It literally felt like I would wake up at 7, commute an hour, work till 6, commute an hour, my day's done.
Yeah. And even if you look at your boss, would you even really want their life? Like that's what I thought when I was like looking at people years ahead of me. If I continue on this pathway, I'm still not in a place where I actually want to be. How has your mental clarity changed, and like how do you feel waking up now in comparison to where you were? Like what's your overall mindset difference?
It feels a lot better in terms of I'm my own boss. Like I know I can sleep in today if I want to. I can do what I want, I can move my schedule around. That's been my biggest mental reliever.
Yeah.
I always hated waking up to alarm knowing I have to go to the underground. You've lived in London. Getting on the central line, you literally feel like a rat.
Do you ever see yourself going back to a traditional job now?
Could never.
No.
Could never. My whole
What would you do
was
though? What would you do if all the clients left tomorrow?
Start again. I'll
Starting another client?
Start cold
it's
calling.
so simple once you've done it.
Yeah.
Like everyone thinks like, oh well, what if this, like what if everything burned and what if everything failed? First of all, it's very unlikely everyone leaves together. You've got more chance of getting sacked from one job than have 4 clients leave, right?
100%.
Statistically.
Well, you saw Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, they all fired half their employees, the best employees.
So you're not safe, right? It's a false illusion of being safe in a job. My dad always told me, oh, get a pension. He was like, I was like, no, I'm going to be a millionaire. He's like, that's a fucking pipe dream, right? And we actually used to argue about it when I was 16 and I started work, because it was optional to get a pension because I was under 18. I was like, fuck that. I'm not living that life. What is the one thing that you wish someone had told you earlier and that you'd listen to?
Start as young as possible. Not go uni, risk 1 year when everyone takes a gap year to travel and find themselves. And just risk it, build a business, do whatever. Worst case, you learn sales skills, negotiation.
Yeah.
And then you still go uni and get a job.
I would say most people regret not starting earlier, investing, starting a business. I would have been way more successful now if I'd have set up my own business earlier. But it was that fear of, do I know enough? Should I just keep learning from someone else? Like, am I ready?
Yeah.
Those things just, I couldn't hold you back. But at the end of the day, that is fear. Yeah. And the people who are fearless make the most. I appreciate you coming for today and sharing your experience, man.
Yeah, no problem, bro. To be honest, when I started, I didn't think I would get to 20K so quickly. So I really appreciate everything you've done, all the support you've made.
Just the beginning.
Yeah, after today, seeing the house, seeing the car, driving everywhere, the next goal is 100K, and I was already telling you this. Bro, I was telling you this, I'm seeing people in the chat making 20, 30K deals a day, and it's pissing me off. So the next goal is definitely 100K, no 50K milestone, straight away 100K.
Man, look, you've implemented exactly what we've said. You've brought energy, and that's all it takes. I'm confident that I can make anyone successful that has your skills and attributes, so I'm excited to go to the next level with you, brother.
Thanks so much for everything,
Thank you, my bro.
Most people wait until they feel ready, but that's a mistake, because winners, they move first and figure it out as they go. Hope you found this useful. There'll be a link somewhere in the description where I'll share more free value on an email list and more behind the scenes footage. Check it out if you want to build a business and make more money. See you in the next one.